Okay, first up pitching today we have Ej, Clauvena, Phoebe and Moriam. Take it away, girls.
So this is our pitch. Our chosen band name is Ultraviolet. We chose this name because we thought that it sounds like a name for an electronic dance group. They're a male and female duo that consists of a male vocalist and a female producer. They produce electronic dance music and deep house with 90s R&B influences. We chose this name because it goes with our song style, and also a lot of pre-existing groups within that genre have names that are quite eccentric, so we thought that that name would be good. An example of that is Rudimental, Disclosure and Years and Years.
Our chosen genre is electronica, mainly synth-pop and deep house, as they are subgenres of electronica.
So what's synth pop and deep house for someone that hates dance music?
Deep house is basically house music but mixed with the influence of jazz and old school R&B, and synth pop is where majority of the music is made by synthesizer sounds instead of like general live bands and stuff like that. And pop music, everyone knows what pop music is.
So like quite upbeat but synthesized stuff.
Yeah.
Like Hot Chip? You don't know Hot Chip? Okay, fine.
This is a genre that has emerged from the early 1980s from Chicago. It is an umbrella term as it has several different genres falling into it. It has a common use of synthesizers and bass popular subgenres including techno, house, trace, drum and bass, dubstep and trap. We chose this genre because it is upbeat and fun and has also become more popular within recent years, with many mainstream artists adopting this style such as Lady Gaga and Nicki Minaj.
The song we chose is Shift Key Beat Beat. The reason we chose this song is because as a group we were able to connect with the style of the song, and it also kind of relates to experiences and stuff that we've like been through ourselves. It also sums up popular music today, so it's a kind of song that you would find in the charts at the moment. Our song doesn't have a music video yet, so that gives us like full creativity to be able to do whatever we wanted with our music video, which is what we was kind of looking for.
Did the band have music videos, or just this song?
It's a person, it's just one person.
Oh right, okay. Does Shift Key have music videos?
Yeah.
Cool.
It was also easy for us to develop a narrative for this song after listening to it, because we was able to, think of things that would go well with the lyrics. And our previous song choices were Mirror Musa, Firefly and Banks, This Is What It Feels Like.
Are they all synth pop?
Kind of the same genre, but kind of not.
For our band, Ultraviolet, we'll need a male and female to portray the members of the duo, so that's a male singer and a female producer. The main influence for that was the electronic duo Aluna George, because they consist of a female vocalist and a male producer.
So Shift Key is just one person,
Shift Key is
but the band that you're making is going to be a duo.
People.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll need them to take a photo shoot for the website and also to create our digipack, but we're not going to include them in the video because within the genre, the artists are not usually featured in the video, so we're not going to feature our artists in the video.
Sorry, not at all.
Not at all.
So there's going to be no performance element.
There is going to be a performance element, but that's not from the artists we've created, because for example, Calvin Harris, he's never featured in any of his music videos. Yes. In some of them, but most of his music videos he's not in, and within the genre that tends to happen a lot, so the artist is not in the video.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are, it's like a brief cameo.
Yeah.
Okay. So this would be Ultraviolet featuring someone, and then that person would be the person performing?
No, it's just Ultraviolet.
It's not even
So
performance. It's just narrative.
it's just narrative. There's no performance at all.
Performance at all.
Okay, but there is vocals in the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
For our female member of the duo, we're considering Phoebe, but we've not casted the male yet. For our narrative, we'll need a group of teenagers aged around 16 to 18. So we have the two people the main people in the video, and then we have their group of friends. So we were thinking 3 boys and 3 girls, so altogether a group of 8. So 2 people to play the main characters who are also love interests of each other, and then 6 other characters. As our narrative is projecting them as a group of friends, a few characteristics we will need from them is them to be outgoing, and also to be able to act and to be comfortable around people they may not know.
Is that going to be difficult having so many people involved in the project?
Possibly. But
Like Phoebe, I know. In fact, no.
last year we did.
Phoebe and Clauvena both had issues last year in terms of
Yeah.
casting and getting
But
people
this
together.
year, like, we're kind of trying to plan ahead. So I've already spoken to people that are performing arts students at a university.
So you're trying to get those dates in the diary, and fair enough.
And also, if we can't get people, we're also thinking about including ourselves, because that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
The style of our group, their fashion style, so as they're young people, like late teens, early 20s, they're up to date with fashion and actively follow trends like different brands that they wear, footwear, hairstyles, like you name it. A statement item of the group is that at least one item of white clothing is to be worn by them at all times. This is because it would bear a connection to their band name Ultraviolet, so when they're performing in clubs, in like concert venues and stuff, there usually is UV lighting, which does make white clothing glow like a violet colour. So we kind of thought that was cool because it connects the band and them, and it's kind of like a really nice way of like connecting everything together. Their media image is that they're very fun and energetic. They're similar to students and partygoers. They get good press, they rarely get in trouble, and they get high amounts of praise for their contribution to the music scene and good reviews of sets and shows that they may perform.
So quite a clean cut image.
Yeah.
Poppy, basically.
Yeah.
Our primary target audience is to young adults who are between 18 and 26. We have chosen this age group for our target audience as they are mostly able to relate to the lyrics that's used in the song, and the song usually comes up in like clubs and festivals and concerts. Our second target audience is teenagers, so 14 to 18. This is as like there's no explicit or violent lyrics used in the song that we have chosen, and lyrics are mostly about young love. This is why we thought young people have a stage in their life where they're finding themselves in a relationship.
What does beat beat mean?
It's
Beat.
it's one of the main lyrics in the song.
But what is it?
The song is called Beat Beat because he's saying that that's how his heart is racing for the girl.
So if he was on
Beep,
a heart
beep.
machine, it would be beeping.
Yeah.
So you.
If it
you
wasn't
make me
beeping, it'd be
feel-
dead.
No, but he says like you make my heart go beat beat, and you know you got me so deep like
So
that he's deeply in love with this.
You
girl.
make my heart go beat beat. You've got me so
Yeah.
beat beat.
You want
If
to
you
love
listen
me
to
in the
it,
song.
you get
Yeah.
what it meant.
Okay.
Dance music has developed over the recent years and so has been widely popular. Due to this popularity, the song has been playing in clubs and like retail shops such as H&M. Alongside hearing them outside, house music could be listened to anywhere, such as when walking to the shops or.
I do think you're quite right in the sense that it does seem that pop music, the most recent trend of pop music has been dance music, and like loads of R&B and hip hop artists kind of taken on that dance. Like there's loads of synths at the moment, aren't there, in everything. So I think you're quite right there.
And with the song we've chosen, we're able to hear the lyrics which is used. So it's quite simple to understand the lyrics and the narrative that's going on.
Fair enough.
Promotion. As our audience is teenagers to young adults, our main form of promotion will be via social media, websites, digipack and poster.
Do you think that not having your artist wouldn't appear in the video?
Yes.
Would they appear in the other promotional materials? So would they appear on the digipack and
Yeah.
That's
stuff?
basically where we want to put them, not in the video itself. Like they're
Unless we
more of the
have to.
behind the scenes type.
Okay.
artists.
So what? And then would they appear on front of the digipack, or
Yeah.
they would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a photo shoot
Yeah.
for
Fair enough.
Social media will be our main form of promotion, as it is the main way to reach our target audience, as well as it's cheap and easy to use. We're inspired by the way synth pop band years and years use social media to interact with their audience by getting them to pick a video.
Is that the band, the other, who was in the pitch on last week? Were you in 13E's pitch?
No.
I think the girls are doing years and years.
Yeah.
Is that the fella with the gay frontman?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing them.
They had on Channel 4. They debuted 4 music videos, and they got the fans to pick whichever one they like most. And with the hashtags choose light, choose dark, and choose shadow, this has inspired us to utilize social media with the way they promoted their artists. And this is the example. So that those are the 3 fan videos, and that's the official music video, and that's the chosen fan video.
For our narrative, we've chosen for it to correspond with the lyrics, but not so cheesily, so it goes beat. We're not gonna throw in car sounds like that along with it. We decided to be really narrative based. So while listening to the lyrics, we realized that it was kind of telling the story of this kind of forbidden love, but not too it's not, oh, we're already together. It's more that they want to get together, but they're not. So we decided to come up with a narrative of something similar to Romeo and Juliet. The idea that they want to be together, but they can't. But instead of it, because being due to their family, in this case, it's going to be due to their friends always pulling them apart and not giving them the chance to actually explain to the other party that they do like each other. So that's going to involve a lot of really involvement, acting and moving around, and it's
Are you sorry to keep pushing the point, but are you 100% sure that you don't want to include any performance element in it?
It's just the whole point of whoever we get can't lip sync to the song. It's just gonna look it's gonna put our whole narrative off because they're not doing it properly.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But yeah, I'm not.
We feel like we want to just stick with the narrative and not have our artists as such be involved, because we're kind of wanting to play to our strengths, and we feel like we wouldn't be able to pull off lip syncing as well as.
I don't think that the technical thing should be the thing to hold you back. But I think if it's a creative decision and you justify it throughout your blog, etc., then it's fine. Ultimately, you're promoting an album. That's what the brief is. You're promoting the new release of an album, and if that's the way you want to do it, then that's your choice. I just kind of feel like it might have been something to consider, but if you don't want to, then
we did briefly consider it. But the main reason why we didn't choose to do that is because to have our artists be love interests for each other, it just adds to the thought that everyone's thinking that they're together when they're actually not together. So because they're just friends, they're not love interests of each other, it would just be weird to put them in a music video acting like they are the love interests of each other when they're not, and it's all fake.
I'm not saying that. I was saying that you would have one person, I'm thinking about that Sam Smith video, that's the one that's in my head for some reason. I'm saying that you'd have one person and they'd be singing, doing their thing, and then the other 2 characters would just be completely separate. But anyway, you stick to what you want to do.
Okay. And then for this, we've come up with different locations that will allow us to creatively shoot this type of shot. So we're going to do a 2-day. They're going on a kind of road trip with their friends. So we're going to do different locations such as Greenwich Park.
Who's going to drive?
Not driving. I mean just they've planned the weekend out.
Okay.
And that's when all the events are going to take place.
Okay.
And then some of the locations we are going to use is Greenwich Park, South Bank, Trafalgar Square, a fun fair setting, Olympic Park, and Leicester Square.
Why not do it just over one day?
Because we also want to add different creative technical elements inside of the video that you will see when we do it.
Touche. Let's just start wrong, by the way. Any that was excellent. Well done. Any questions from anyone else? I've asked loads. So any questions from the 4 boys sat around listening to that pitch?
Your pitch is really good. One question I have for you guys is, you know the actors,
Yeah.
like what are they gonna be doing? Like, are they gonna be showing like how they can't get together, or like, or is it them like just looking at like Leicester Square?
Basically, the whole idea that we had originally was a boy and a girl that fancy each other, but their friends don't want them to be together.
So it's basically.
So the location that we wanted to do it, like the idea that we had, was that they're going to be at a fun fair like Winter Wonderland, or the one that's at Victoria Park, or something like that, going around with their friends. So a group of girls together and a group of boys together.
How are you going to express that they? Sorry.
See each other, like when they're going, like the two friendship groups, like every friendship group has the boy half and the girl half. That like.
I wouldn't know. I'm not
But
involved.
then they all come together as like
I've got no
a
friends.
big friendship group. But like they meet each other there. But every time the girl and the boy like come close enough together that they could like interact, their friends like pull them away, or they get dragged to something else.
to interrupt them.
But then at the end of the video, we
show
kind of
them
want them to
come
get
together.
together.
Yeah.
So it ends on a happy note, as with the lyrics. Like
Cool.
progression.
But how are you going to express that their friends don't want them to be together?
It's not that they don't want them to be together. They just
Don't
you will see
know
that they
that their
don't.
friends
Yeah,
fancy
they
each
won't
other.
give it that opportunity. So it's like you want to talk to them, but then they'll.
Oh, so they're going to have a moment and then the friends will be like, come and get some candy for us.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. It's
Right.
not-
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that your audience is what, 18 to 20 something?
Yeah.
26.
But I'm not saying from experience, but I feel like pop music pop house music can also appeal to some younger audiences.
Yeah,
That's a secondary audience. I think that was why you were sleeping. They were explaining that.
Yeah, that's why we said. But we said 18 to 26 because it is like dance. It's dance house music and it's electronic music, and it's mainly promoted in clubs and like over 21 stuff. So we like decided to have that range as our primary, and then secondary will be like younger people because they'll be moving into that generation next.
And I think it's really, I think you're one of the first groups who actually talked about having a secondary audience and even consider a tertiary audience as well on top of that, because music does relate to you want to maximise your exposure, and I agree with you that kind of music does appeal mostly to kind of people going out to clubs for the first time and stuff, but as David says, young people are involved in it, and maybe even older people. House music has got its roots in my generation and older, so yeah. Okay, I think we'll leave it there, but really good pitch, guys.